નમસ્કાર, હું આદર્શ છું. વેલકમ ટુ આદર્શ એજ્યુકેશન સોસાયટી. સ્ટેન્ડર્ડ નાઇન્થ, સબ્જેક્ટ સાયન્સ, ચેપ્ટર 14, Natural Resources. Dear students, today we'll discuss water, a wonderful, outstanding or excellent liquid. Remarkable. See, water occupies very large areas of the earth's surface and is also found underground. See, water is occupying very large surface. Very large means 70% of the earth's surface is covered with the water. And also it is found in the majority is underground. It's also found in the underground also. Some amount of water exists in the form of water vapor in the atmosphere. Some of the water exists or formed as a water vapor in the atmosphere. Most of the water on the earth's surface is found in seas and oceans. See, most of the water is found in seas and oceans, but it is saline, it is salty. Saline is saline, salty. So these are the ways we are getting the water. Fresh water is found in frozen in the ice caps. See, fresh water is found in the ice caps, that is in the form of freezing ice at the two poles, and also snow covered mountains. Then the underground water and the water in the rivers, lakes, and ponds is also fresh. So these are the fresh waters we are getting. However, the availability of the fresh water varies from place to place. So this available or finding or what we are getting the fresh water, that is from place to place. Practically every summer, most of places have to face a shortage of water. So you know that practically, or you are observing, most of the places in the summer season have scarcity of water. And in the rural areas, village areas where water supply systems have not been installed or have not been set up. So that is why many of the places in the summer season getting shortage of water. So know that now here the question is how water is found or where. And in salty, you know that some what is water is getting in the saline form also, and what is the fresh water how we are getting. So like these questions you have to discuss. You have to remember here. Now we'll see that, but why is water so necessary? Why so water is so necessary? And do all the organs require water? See, the question is there, why water is so essential, so necessary? And do all the organisms, all the living things require water? You know that all the cellular process, you know that living things are made up of cells, takes place in the water medium. So all the cellular activities takes place in the water, in the presence of the water. All the reaction takes place within the body and within the cells occur between the substances that are dissolved in water. For the dissolve purpose, the water is required within the cells, and whatever the reactions, you know that chemical reaction takes place in the cells. So for this, water is required. Substances are also transported from one part of the body to the other in the dissolved form. So for this also, water is required. Hence, organisms need to maintain the level of the water within their bodies in order to stay alive. So organisms require water to maintain their bodies in order to stay alive, in order to what you are saying, leading their lives. Terrestrial life forms. Terrestrial means the organisms, those who are living on the land. Life forms require fresh water. For this, because of their bodies cannot tolerate or get rid of high amount of dissolved salts. You know that high amount of saline water or sea and ocean water is not good for the using. Okay, that is why terrestrial lives require fresh water. Their body cannot tolerate or cannot run by the dissolved salts like a saline water. Thus, water sources need to be easily accessible, or accessible means ACCESSIBLE. Accessible means easy to get for animals and plants to survive on the lands. Okay, now you'll see that after this, so you know that here some activities are given. Select the mark on a small area, unused land, water, near your school. As the above activity, count the number of different animals and plants in these areas. So you have to see where how the selected areas, small area and big area, and you see that animals remember to the same place twice in a year, and during the summer, dry season, and like this you have to see whether you are able to see or the animals or not. So where the number of will be similar in both the times. In which season did you find more variety of plants and animals? In which season did you find more number of individuals of each variety? So like this you have to check this. After compiling, compiling. After compiling means after or getting the observation or after gathering or constructing the above these results, think that there is any relationship between the amount of available water and the numbers. You have to see that whether any relation between the availability of water and the number, variety of plants and animals that can live in the given area. You have to check it. If there is a relationship, where do you think would you find a greater variety, abundance of the life in the regions that receives 5 centimeter rainfall or 200 centimeter rainfall in a year? So you have to check the where shortage of water is there more number of animals or plants are there, or 200 centimeter, no more water. There you are getting the more number of plants and animals. Okay, so then ultimately you know that where water will be more, there biodiversity will be seeing. Biodiversity means different variety of organisms we are observing there. Okay, find the map showing the rainfall patterns in the atlas and predict, say the future, which states in India would have the maximum biodiversity, different variety of animals and plants, which would have the least. So like this you have to get the information from this. Now, the availability of the water decides not only the number of the individuals of each species that are able to survive in the particular area, only number of animals only not, but it also decides the diversity of life also, diversity of other lives also. Of course, the availability of the water is not only the factor that decides the sustainability of the life of a region, sustainability needs of the meeting the needs of the present of the life one. Other factors like temperature and nature are also required. Only the water is not enough for leading or meeting the needs of the present of the life, sustaining, what you told here, sustaining of the life. But other factors like temperature and nature of the soil also will be the most wanted ones. So temperature and nature of the soil, these are also important factor for the organisms. But water is one of the major water sources which determine the life on there. But here given the water is major compared to this, water is also major resources, major sources for determining, so deciding the life of the land. Okay. Now we'll see that water pollution, how water is pollutant, how water is polluting. You know that so sometimes asking write the some of the points towards the water pollution. Water is how it will be polluted. Water dissolves the fertilizers and pesticides. You know that farmers are using fertilizers, pesticides, spraying chemicals that we use our farms. So some percentage of these substances are washed into the river bodies, into the water bodies. So sewage from the our towns and cities, sewage water you are saying, the waste water from the garbage, okay, from the household. This waste from the factory is also dumped into the rivers and lakes, dumped or discharging into the rivers and lakes. So specific industries also use water for cooking in various operations and later returns this hot water. See, specific industries also use water for cooling in various operations. And again later they are discharging hot water to the water bodies. So in this way water will be polluted. And another manner in which the temperature of temperature of the water in the rivers can be affected when water is released from the dams. Another point is water released from the dams. How the water inside the deep reservoir is colder than the water at the surface of the heated by the sun. You know that dams upper surface of the water and lower surface will be cooler, upper surface will be hot because by getting the heat of the sun. So this will discharge to the water bodies, rivers and this. So that will affect it to the river water and this water will be polluted. So all this can affect the life forms that are found in these water bodies. So the animals are living in the aquatic water in various ways. It will be dangerous for them. It can encourage the growth of some life forms. So you know that some of the fertilizers and this one washing, which that goes to the rivers. Some of the nutrients, some of the organisms they need. So they will develop their lakes and what you are saying small ponds. But other animals they are not able to grow there. So some animals it will be helpful, some of the animals it will be not helpful also. So this affects the balance between the various organisms which has been established in that system. So we use in the term water pollution to cover these effects. See, these are the effects of the water pollution. One is the addition of undesirable substances to the water bodies. So these are the water pollution. So what we are throwing the undesirable substance to the water bodies. These substances could be the fertilizers or pesticides used in the farmer, and they could be the poisonous substances like mercury salts. See, mercury salts are which are used by the paper industry. See here, objective question: which salts are using in the paper industries? Mercury salts. Okay, mercury. And this also will be what will happen? This will be disturbing the plants. So this will be disturbing the aquatic animals. So aquatic animals could not live. This could be disease-causing organisms will be developing, like the bacteria which cause cholera. You are knowing cholera, CHOLERA, cholera. So this is an infectious disease caused by remember how it spreads, caused by the contaminated food also and contaminated water also. And disease such as diarrhea, vomiting. Okay, so like these problems affecting. So this is one is addition of the undesirable substance to the water bodies. Water is polluting. Then second one is the removal of water, desirable substances from the water. The removal of what the desirable, what the needed substances from the water bodies. Dissolved oxygen is used by the animals and plants that live in the waters. You know that dissolved oxygen, very less the amount of oxygen will be there. Any change that reduces that amount of this dissolved oxygen and would adversely affect to the aquatic organisms. So any sort of changes comes there, then the aquatic organisms will affect to their lives. So other nutrients are also will be depleted, will become less for the water bodies. So first point is the addition of the undesirable substances to the water bodies. The second is the removal of the desirable substances from the water. So these two are now water pollution. Now the third point is a change in the temperature. A change in the temperature also will affect the water pollution. Affect the water pollution. Aquatic organisms are used to certain range of temperature in the water body where they are living. Okay, temperature ranges is also. A sudden mark in the change in the temperature would be dangerous for them and affect their breeding. Affect their breeding means affect their, what you are saying, multiplying or reproducing. So that will affect. So the eggs and larvae of the various animals are susceptible or unable to temperature changes. So will be easily influenced or affected, susceptible, easily influenced or affected to SUSCEPTI, easily influenced with the temperature ranges. So these three are now water pollutions are the reasons. So what are the reasons? The addition of undesirable substances to the water bodies, the removal of the desirable substances, and a change in the temperature. Okay, these are the ways water will be polluted. So dear students, now we have completed water is a wonderful liquid. Wonderful means remarkable, outstanding liquid and another one is water pollution. In examination, write a note on or write a short notes on water, a wonderful liquid. Write some of the points, and then how water is polluted. Write the reasons. So this all we have discussed, and we will discuss in the next video mineral resources. Till that, goodbye. Thank you for joining us.